Harvey coach the Dockers. First time they've won the opening round of a season for 5 years.
They were great. I thought the Dockers were absolutely sensational. I think that, Adelaide are a good team, a very good team. They're having their problems up forward. But, the way Fremantle moved the ball, their pressure was terrific. And finally, in the West Australian, you get some positive feedback for the Dockers. They
had a lot of trouble coming up with a positive headline over there.
They had to look back a long way, I think.
Harvey wary of the hype. I think Mark Harvey should be lapping it up. Now, you will be very pleased, Jared. This is a 5 to 8 year investment for you and your emotions in Freo. You've been picking them, defending them, saying that they're coming.
Coming on the way, yeah. Made
How
some
significant
blues.
was yesterday?
That's the best game I've seen Freo play from a style perspective since probably Chris Connolly got them into a preliminary final. But even going back then, the pressure was the thing that I thought was really impressive. They've recruited good kicks, so that's got rid of one of their great deficiencies, and that's turning the ball over. But the forward pressure was quite superb. At one stage, they'd kicked 6 goals out of 8 from turnovers in their forward 50, and that has not been a Freo trait.
But isn't the most relevant event yesterday that Aaron Sandilands might exert the dominance that we've thought he was capable of for the past 2 or 3 years?
I think he's been that good a ruckman for a period of time. I think what's changed, Mike, is he's got much better people at his feet. And I think until they got some good in and under players around him, guys that were sharp, guys with good capacity, not just scrubbers and taggers, I think that he was going to always be underrated. But yesterday he got 16 hit-outs to effect, and that's, I think, the 4th highest in history.
And we saw alongside him there Matthew Pavlich playing midfield. Is it a week-by-week consideration with Pavlich, or do you think that we try to put him in there with Sandilands so dominant, having Pavlich around him?
I think he's got to play both. I think he's got to play in the middle and he's got to play forward at different times. But I will say they've got a huge test this week against Essendon at Etihad. They haven't... early game in Melbourne to win it for Freo would just be a massive bolster for them. They haven't won these games early in the year in Melbourne for a long, long time.
It's their Bermuda Triangle, Etihad Stadium.
There's a lot of clubs Bermuda Triangle when you travel. We hit them and West Coast pretty hard, but a lot of top clubs go to West Coast and fail as well. But if you didn't pick up on it, Mike, you did, Hurdy, because you saw it. Brian Taylor got relatively excited about a young kid called Michael Barlow.
And rightly so. His debut would have to go down as one of the best debuts in the history, Michael.
Probably one of the very good players to come out of Werribee, Jimmy, I reckon.
From a statistics perspective, it's Dean Gregg, though, Michael, that got him. I know Greg Williams got plenty of mentions, and that was Champion Data's recorded highest in round 1, 1984. He got 38 possessions. Dean Gregg pipped him. Round 21 for the Saints in 1991. Michael Barlow comes in a very respectable 3rd. And the one thing those guys have all got in common, including Brad Dalziel, is that they are all rookies or mature age players.
Isn't it a massive boost for blokes who have been bypassed at, say, 17, 18, 19, to think that they've still got a chance of playing league footy?
Well, some guys' bodies just don't mature. They don't mature until a lot later. And when there was lists of, 70s and 80s back 20 years ago, those guys are staying on the list. But now with lists of, 40s, you just can't, if they're not up to that point, they go. And it's great the system can recycle guys or still hang around long enough to give a guy like that a chance.
Just a final one on Freo. There was an incident in the first 3 minutes. It was Chris Mayne, who's a really talented kid. He ran into an open goal, and if you have a look at this, he should have given it to Ballantyne once, and then he should have given it to Ballantyne or Johnson second time.
We often have this debate. He should have kicked it.
No, he shouldn't have. He should have given the first handball.
League footballers should finish from there.
I'm not disputing he shouldn't have kicked the goal, but he shouldn't have had the shot. And Mark Harvey agrees with me because he took him off the ground and he barrelled him on the radio.
What would you have done from there?
You got to handball the ball to the
you
guy
would
in front
handball
of
the ball,
definitely, and that'll be on the video.
I
would now. That'll be on the video. The first thing Mark Harvey would have shown today would have been that.
Well, we saw one at Etihad Stadium yesterday. Collingwood did that. The hand pass went over the top. It was a bad hand pass. Went through Didak's legs and hit the post.
Yeah, it's bad hand pass.
Yeah, but I mean, the fewer skills you've got to execute, the fewer mistakes you'll make.
OK, Mike, we'll have a look at that. And when you barrel a bloke for not handballing, I'm going to bring this back up. Let's